Morning, everyone. I'm Scott Toupin, owner of Lansing Junk Removal. First of all, I want to thank Burcham for hosting this and putting this on. Thank you. And I appreciate everybody on this expert panels. Everybody's, we're all like family here. So with junk removal, we don't consider your stuff as junk. It's just a label. We actually have designed our business to look at your stuff and consider it as this is your history. This is your memorabilia, maybe a loved one's things that they have left behind. We don't treat it as junk. That's why we came out with our free and cheap store. So things like a used bottle of soap, just soap or something. Rather than it end up in a landfill, we decided to give that kind of stuff away. So we've got a section of our store that's free, and then we got a section that's cheap. And the cheap store is just, we price things so low because we get such large volume. It's got to go quickly. And it also makes it so that people less fortunate that don't have a lot of money can afford to get stuff that they need. Especially one of my favorite stories was a family that lost everything in a fire. They were able to come into our store and we pretty much just gave them stuff because we're not buying this stuff. We're able to just turn around and give it to people and be able to help out. And then what we do sell just covers the rent, utilities, the employees, insurance, that kind of stuff. But we're also able to do community programs, such as like back in November, people were able to bring in things for a city rescue mission, and we gave them half off everything in the store. And then we did foster homes in December, and right now we're doing an animal shelter here in Lansing. So we try and each month focus on a different community program to make sure that not only does your stuff, your old stuff live on through another family, but it's also helping other people in the community. So again, Scott Toupin, Lansing Junk Removal, and I'm glad to be here.
Thank you. And the question I have for you, Scott, you kind of touched on this as well. It was, do you work with items that are more valuable than just junk and what happens to them? So
absolutely.
He did already kind of touch on that, but I'll see if he wants to add anything.
Yeah, so like I was saying, we do work with any level of items. If you're looking to make money from it, I definitely recommend Kelly for that kind of thing. But if you get to a point where you're just tired of the stuff and just want the stuff gone, that's where we come in. And things that you might see in, maybe not her store, but in other stores that you might want $100 for this table, we're going to be selling it for $10. We just trying to keep things priced so low that it just quickly goes because we've got a warehouse that's full of stuff and it's got to be constantly rolling out. So. Yeah, but yeah, we take pretty much anything from, like she said, all the way down to a partial bottle of soap, all the way up to entire hoarding home. So, yeah.
Or do you want to start divesting of things right now? And this is where Scott is going to be really great. Also, if you've got some pieces that aren't that great, that are just taking up space, that aren't, maybe Kelly's come in and they're not worth much, have them get it out of your house. It's amazing what that does to your psyche to start clearing.
Thank you very much. The next question is for Scott. Do I have to have a dumpster available for you in my driveway?
Absolutely not. We actually have we've got a 16-foot box truck, which is like the middle size U-Haul. And then we also have trailers. And we actually purposed it to have enclosed vehicles rather than dumpsters. Dumpsters tend to damage driveways or damage the lawn. And then also we kept seeing like dumpster companies going down the road and trash flying out. We didn't want that. So that's why we have all of our vehicles are all enclosed. And then we also show up with the vehicle, we load it up and haul it out. Then our vehicle is double the size of most junk trucks. So we actually can do a quicker job by not having to do so many return trips. So, yeah.
Thank you. I think a lot of HOAs don't allow a dumpster to sit in your driveway too. So to have it come and go is a lot more aesthetically pleasing for sure. The next one is for, I'm going to ask Scott, but I think you all might want to add a little bit to this because the question is how to dispose of heavy workshop items like small welders, machines such as drill presses. So I'm gonna start with Scott if somebody's gonna actually get rid of it, but then maybe Kelly might wanna talk about selling those things too.
Yes, so we do have equipment to haul heavy items. We've got liftgate trucks and we've got forklifts. We got access to all kinds of different equipment. So depending on what you need, we can accommodate and get those moved for you.
I just want your opinion, Scott. What do you do on those big dumb TVs?
Yeah, pretty much just like she said, we get them out and then we end up putting them in our free section. Nobody wants them, so we just give them away. And quite often it'll be parents of children that the children are taking up their favorite TV, trying to play their games. They get one of those big old fat TVs, put them in their bedroom, and then they can play their games all on there. So yeah, usually we just give them away. But yeah, we're able to move them up out of basements. A lot of times the big council ones, we take them apart in order to get them out because pain to get out. Yes.